Well, hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Is everything coming up roses for you? Welcome to day 1316 of What's She Up To Now, documenting the journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business, and a little bit of back and forth in 2020 and 2021, given all the craziness and chaos from COVID-19. Just finished the 8th 30-day free Get Up and Go challenge. That's available, of course, for free in the private Facebook group called Get Up and Go Challenge. You can go there, you can answer the 3 questions, get in, and in each of the units are all of the previous challenges, not just this last 30-day challenge, 30-plus day challenge, but the previous 7, as well as some other bonus material that's always there. I don't believe in disappearing content, so you can always go there and you can do one of the previous challenges, do this last challenge, catch up. This last challenge I committed to and stuck to. I actually stuck to it this time. Under 10 minutes a day for each video. So you could go in and in just a few hours on a Saturday or a Sunday or an evening and listen to all of the lessons. Now you can do that. You probably won't be able to do all the homework and get all the advantages out of it that you could if you went through it on a day-by-day basis with us, but you can absolutely go and do that and get the benefit, get what you need out of it. So it's always there. So just finished that. Working on the 365-day challenge. Every year, this is the 4th year in a row now that we've done an annual challenge. And this year's challenge is to do one thing every day that helps us get to know ourselves better, to help us get to know what is really important to us, what our priorities are, what makes us tick. Believe it or not, the vast majority of people on this planet really don't know themselves very well. And if you don't know yourself very well, then you're probably not showing up as you optimally could in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in anything. So one of the best things we can do is personal development, personal growth, getting to know ourselves better. So this whole year, we're doing one little thing every day that centers us, that helps us get to know ourselves better, get to understand ourselves better. So there's a lot of activities and sayings and things in this little journal book that I just follow along with and share. I usually share my homework. I didn't do it yet today. Yesterday's I did, but today's I just read this morning. It's about things that come back to us in the evening. In the morning time, things scatter about, but in the evening, things come back to us. What kind of things come back to us? What do we enjoy about the evening? What is our favorite thing about the evening? So I'll do that this evening after evening is over, and I will document it in my little journal, and maybe I'll remember to share it tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. For Supersize Your Business today, we talked about the idiom, everything's coming up roses, where it came from, what it means, how you could apply it to your life. And I shared something a little bit different with the group today in terms of how do you stay optimistic? How do you stay positive? How do you set the example, especially in times like COVID and crazy times or challenging times in your business? I know there were times in my past businesses, and not so much in the current one. I think I'd have gotten a little older and wiser. I like to think so. But I would be having really tough times in the business, different businesses, or even at work. They're not going to. The corporate career was filled with challenges and changes all the time. So how did I stay positive during those times? I had a bunch of different things that I would do, tips and tricks and strategies that I used on myself, and then I coached and taught to other people on my teams so that they could use them as well. Things like, knowing what your outcome is, knowing what you want out of any given situation or any given project, knowing what and how you want to impact other people, knowing that's part of knowing what you want. Sharing that with people, sharing expectations with people. Every time I started a new job, one of the first things I did was I sat down with my boss and asked him, what are your expectations of me? I want to get really clear so that I understand what you want and what you expect from me. And then in return, I let them know what I needed and expected from them. Did that with all of my team members. Some of my teams were really, really big in corporate America, but I made the time to sit down with every individual in the department to make sure that we had a clear understanding and expectation of one another. So one of the things I shared today was 9 things that super successful people say on a routine basis. It's just part of who they are. Things like, I admire you, you can do it, I value you, I believe in you, you're kind, I trust you, you are smart, I'm sorry, you can count on me. Successful people say things like that. Successful people are leaders, and they're successful because of the type of person that they are and how they often treat other people. Now, can we come up with some examples of bad leaders? Yeah, and maybe they were short-term successful, but I wouldn't say they were super successful. I think they were super successful for periods of time. But like, if you're talking Hitler, was he a powerful leader? Yes. Was he super successful? Not really, right? He was successful for a while, but it wasn't longevity. It wasn't long-term success. He wasn't one of those people that was continually improving and making the world a better place. I think we need to all strive to continually be a better version of ourselves and to learn and grow, and for our entire life. We don't get to just go to school for a little bit of time, or a lot of people do go to school for a little bit of time or not go to school, and then they're just done. That's it. This is me. This is who I am. And that's great. Everybody gets to be who they are. But if you want to really have a successful, happy, fulfilled life, it comes from adding value to the world and to other people, not just ourselves. And we have to look outside ourselves then for how we can impact and make the world a better place. I digress. So that was our idiom for today. Working on a few projects. Again, they are still in the confidentiality agreement stage. I thought I was getting away from confidentiality agreement type businesses, but apparently I'm not. So we're still working in those. I will share when I can share the things that we're working on, because I think some of them are really fun and really exciting. Next Get Up and Go challenge, I believe it's going to be October 1st through 31st. What is it now? September 6th. So probably we'll start ramping up for that again. Want to look at and decide if there's unique twists and turns I want to take with that challenge this time. You know, we've done it 8 times, and every time it morphs and changes a little bit. So I want to take a step back and get that 30,000 foot view and say, all right, what's the objective now? What is the objective? I met my last goal of under 10 minutes every time, because there were some days and some topics and some tools, and sometimes I just shared too many things. And when you try to share too many things, it just gets confusing. So I'm trying to, with everything else in my life, the older I get, keep things simple, because life is actually really, really simple. We just complicate it as human beings and make it really, really hard. So those are a couple of the things I'm working on. If you need any help, if you have any questions about offline businesses or online businesses, hit me up. If you don't have anybody else to ask, you're feeling stuck, just let's have a couple of minute conversation, free of course, where we make sure that you get moving in the right direction. You get moving toward what it is that you want, that you're not stuck. I know one of my biggest frustrations coming online and actually finally leaving corporate America. I spent over a quarter century in corporate America, and simultaneously was running different businesses in different industries on the side, which is a really powerful position to be in, right? By the way, when you've got more than one thing going on, you can approach your job in a much more open and authentic way. You can just go in and be yourself, because you know that if something happens to your job, and something happened to my jobs along the way, I didn't have one job, one business in corporate America I went to work for out of college, worked there for 25, 30 years and then was done. No, I had 6 or 7 different jobs and 6 or 7 amazing different corporations, some big, and I'm not talking little family owned, I'm talking $100 million a year bakeries. I'm talking one, and I think it's probably one of the top 5 corporations on the planet. So lots of diverse experience, primarily in the quality field, which meant I got to stick my fingers in everybody's business, because quality is all about processes and systems and how things interrelate, because it takes the quality of everything to deliver to the customer the end result that we're promising that we're going to deliver to them. And that is everybody's job, from procurement, maintenance, electrical, finance, everything. I have lots of manufacturing experience because I love manufacturing. I think it's fun and exciting, and I want to see a lot more manufacturing come back to the United States. I think that that's more than overdue, and I think that there's ways that we can make that happen, that everybody wins, especially Americans, because I think it's important that Americans be and continue to be Americans. Again, another topic I could diverge on, and I don't really need to do that. That's it. Have an awesome day. Again, help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow just to fill you in on what I'm doing as I journey in and out of the online and offline world. Have a great day.